Improving player switching will take your game from here to here. Yes guys, I actually mean it. Guys, I know most of you struggle with right stick switching. If you watch this video till the end, you will know exactly how to perfect right stick switching. We will use player relative, it is important, and sensitivity 5 or 4. And our L1 switching is going to be set to closest to ball. This is how I learned right stick switching. All you have to do is connect two controllers. Okay, once two controllers are connected, you will give the ball to the attacking side, and all you have to do is practice your right stick switching, right? For example, I will choose one player. I want to switch to Mbappe. Until and unless my switch goes to Mbappe, I will keep practicing it, right? Now in my mind, I will assume that I want to switch to Kolo Muani. Until my switch goes to Kolo Muani, I will keep practicing right stick switching. I know it is boring, but if you do this for 10 to 15 minutes before playing a game, guys, you will perfect your right stick switching. Now I know you might be wondering, what should I do if I don't have two controllers? Just set the half length to 20 minutes and put the difficulty level to beginner. Kick the ball away and repeat the drill that I showed you. This is the best way to perfect right stick switching. Earlier I said right stick switching is the biggest skill gap, and it is indeed. It is the foundation of a strong defense. If your switching isn't good, your defense will not be good. I just showed you how you can practice player switching, guys. But what about when to player switch? That is the key, and that is exactly what we are going to teach you right now. So you have to focus on every little detail, right? As you can see, I am using both right stick and L1 player switching. Now remember, our L1 switching is set to closest to ball, and it is the best setting for a reason. It is the most consistent setting. As you can see, we are able to apply pressure and we are able to track runs. But how do we do that? Guys, see, in this situation, our opponent is down the wing with Ronaldinho. And who am I switching to? I have switched to Tchouaméni. Why did I switch to him? Because I can see there are two possible options, right? You have to scan the pitch. Once you have scanned the pitch, you are able to defend better. One option is to cut out Mbappe, right? Player switching allows us to cut out multiple options. With Tchouaméni, we are able to cut Mbappe, and the opponent sees, okay, he is cutting Mbappe. Because he is a good opponent, he will not pass the ball into Mbappe. So we have to see what he does next. Then we click L1. Our player switch is set to closest to ball, and we apply direct pressure on Ronaldinho while making sure that our defensive line is straight. Because like I said, player switching and defending, they go hand in hand. If your player switching improves, so will your defending. And we are able to get the ball back. See, once again, when the opponent is down the wing, what do? We click L1. Whenever you want to apply immediate pressure, you will use L1 player switching because it is set to closest to ball. Because player switching is set to closest to ball, guys, we are able to mark multiple options, right? Over here, Ronaldinho doesn't have enough space to run, because if he runs, Walker will run with him. He doesn't have enough space to pass the ball inside, and we are covering two options at once. How are we able to do that? By using right stick switching and L1 player switching. And if you want to replicate this, first you have to learn the mechanical side like I showed you earlier, and you have to improve your skill of anticipation. Now what is anticipation? Like the word suggests, of course, you have to anticipate what the opponent is going to do next. In simpler words, you have to guess what the opponent is going to do. What is his next pass? What is his next skill move? Once you know these things, you will be able to defend better. Because if your anticipation is bad and you don't know what your opponent is up to, then of course your switching is of no use, because your switching will be random. Now the key over here is that we don't want random switching. We want perfect structured switching. And in order to have structured switching, you need to know what the opponent is going to do next. And how can you improve that skill? By playing more games and by watching such tutorials. Now see, we click L1 once again and we apply pressure to Ferran Torres, and then we will see what is he going to do next, right? And we click L1 again, apply pressure. Now we can see that Haaland is making a run. I told you in the defending tutorial, the first rule of defense is to keep a straight back line, and the second rule is to always mark the dangerous runs. Now if I click L1 twice, I will not be able to do this. I want to be quick, right? I want to save those milliseconds because it is a game of milliseconds. So what do? I right stick player switch into Saliba, and then I track the run. That is as simple as that. Once again, with Györo, we click L1, we apply direct pressure on the ball carrier. Now you might be thinking, but what about player switching inside the box? Look at this example, guys. It is all about player switching inside the box, right? See, we click L1. The moment Ginola receives the ball, we click L1. Inside the box, most of the times you want to use L1 player switching because it is set to closest to ball, right? When Ginola stops, we click L1 again and we are holding the R1 second man press button. Why are we holding second man pressure? Because see, he has two options. Either he can pass the ball or he can go straight or skill move past us. So we want to cover two things at one time. That is the whole purpose of using player switching, right? That is why we are using right stick and L1. So what are we doing? With Van Dijk, we are standing in front of him, jockeying, right? Look at it again. We just click L1, we stand in front of him, we jockey, we use second man press, and we are able to win the ball back. Defending inside the box is all about using L1 player switching and anticipation. And sometimes you want to use second man press. Now when you are using second man press, guys, do not hold the R1 button for too long. Otherwise, you will mess up the positioning of your defender. Just hold it for a few seconds and then let it go. Like I said, player switching and defending go hand in hand. Now click here to learn how to defend.